Hi, everyone, and welcome to Learn Conversational English. I'm Mary, and I'm here with my co-host, Mark. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're going to talk about food, specifically what's in our fridges right now and what we always buy at the grocery store.
Hey everyone! Yeah, Mary and I thought this would be a fun way to practice food vocabulary and those everyday expressions we use when talking about what we eat. Plus, it's a topic everyone can relate to, right?
Exactly. So, if you're listening to improve your English, pay attention to how we use quantities, like a carton of milk or a bunch of bananas. We'll also share our opinions about different foods, which is great practice for expressing likes and dislikes.
And don't worry if you don't catch everything. Just listen for the natural rhythm of the conversation. Okay, so Mary, let's start with you. What did you find when you opened your fridge this morning?
Oh gosh. Well, let's see. I've got a half-empty carton of oat milk. I'm not a big fan of regular dairy milk anymore. It just doesn't agree with me. Then there's about 3/4 of a loaf of whole wheat bread that I bought 2 days ago.
Oat milk. I've been meaning to try that.
You should. It's actually really creamy. Anyway, I've also got a dozen eggs. Well, actually, more like 8 eggs left. I love making scrambled eggs for breakfast. Oh, and there's a jar of strawberry jam that I can't seem to finish.
Huh, that's funny. I have the same problem with jam. I buy it with good intentions, but then I only use it like twice.
Exactly. It just sits there forever. Let me think what else. There's a bag of baby spinach that's still pretty fresh, some leftover pasta from yesterday, and a container of Greek yogurt. Oh, and I've got a bunch of grapes that are getting a little soft.
Those grapes sound like they need to be eaten soon.
Yeah, definitely. I'll probably have them as a snack later. What about you, Mark? What's the situation in your fridge?
Well, my fridge is a bit of a mess, to be honest. Let's see. I've got a gallon of regular milk. I know, old school, but I love it in my coffee. There's a pack of sliced turkey that I use for sandwiches and a block of cheddar cheese.
Classic choices.
Right? I'm pretty basic. I've also got a head of lettuce, romaine, because I can't stand iceberg lettuce. It's just so watery and flavorless. And there's a bag of baby carrots that I bought to be healthy, but honestly, I haven't touched them.
Oh no, the good intentions, carrots. We've all been there.
Exactly. They're just sitting there, judging me. I've also got a container of hummus, some leftover pizza from the weekend, and, a bottle of hot sauce that I put on pretty much everything.
I love that. A bottle of hot sauce. So you're one of those people who loves spicy food.
Oh, absolutely. I'm obsessed with spicy food. The hotter, the better. My friends think I'm crazy, but I just love that kick, you know? What about you? Are you a spice person?
I'm somewhere in the middle. I like a little bit of heat, but I'm not brave enough for the really spicy stuff. I prefer herbs and mild spices like basil, oregano, garlic. Speaking of which, let's talk about what we always buy at the store. What are your staples, Mark?
Good question. Okay, so every single time I go to the grocery store, I buy a gallon of milk, a loaf of bread, usually white bread, I know it's not the healthiest, and a dozen eggs. Those are like my holy trinity.
The Holy Trinity. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, with those three things, I can make breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I also always grab a bunch of bananas. They're perfect for a quick snack or for my morning smoothie. And I always buy a bag of frozen vegetables because, let's be real, I'm not always great at using fresh veggies before they go bad.
That's so smart. Frozen vegetables are underrated.
Right? They last forever and they're already cut up. What about you, Mary? What are your must-haves?
Well, I always buy a carton of oat milk, like I mentioned, and I always get a bag of mixed greens for salads. I'm trying to eat more vegetables. I also always grab a container of Greek yogurt because I love it with fresh fruit for breakfast.
That sounds healthy.
I try, and I always buy a package of chicken breast or thighs, some kind of protein for the week. Oh, and I'm absolutely obsessed with avocados, so I usually buy 3 or 4 of them. I put avocado on everything: toast, salads, sandwiches.
Avocado toast person. I should have known.
Guilty as charged. I also always grab a bottle of olive oil if I'm running low, and usually some kind of fruit: apples, berries, whatever looks good. Oh, and I can't leave the store without a bar of dark chocolate. It's my weakness.
Dark chocolate, nice. I'm more of a milk chocolate guy myself, but I respect the dark chocolate choice. You know what's interesting? We both mentioned eggs and milk as staples, but you get oat milk and I get regular milk.
Yeah, it's funny how personal food preferences are. Like, I absolutely love mushrooms. I put them in everything, but I know some people can't stand them.
Oh, I'm one of those people. I really don't like mushrooms. It's the texture for me. Too squishy. But I love onions, and I know plenty of people who ate those.
Right, food is so personal. What about cilantro? That's always a divisive one.
Oh man, cilantro. I'm lucky, I love it. But my sister says it tastes like soap to her. It's actually a genetic thing, you know?
Yes, I love cilantro too, but I feel bad for people who have that gene. They're missing out on so much good Mexican and Asian food. Speaking of which, do you have any foods that you absolutely can't stand?
Oh, definitely. I cannot stand liver. My mom used to make it when I was a kid, and the smell alone makes me nauseous. And Brussels sprouts, I know they're trendy now, but I'm just not a fan.
Brussels sprouts can be tricky. Have you tried them roasted with bacon? That's how I learned to like them.
You know what? I haven't. Maybe I should give them another chance. Everything's better with bacon, right? What about you? Any foods you absolutely hate?
I really don't like olives. I've tried so many times because everyone says they're amazing, but I just can't get into them. They're too salty and bitter for me. And cottage cheese? I know it's supposed to be healthy, but the texture is just no thank you.
Oh, cottage cheese is definitely a texture thing. I actually like it, but I totally understand why people don't. It's pretty weird when you think about it.
Exactly. You know what I'm curious about? Our listeners probably have such different food preferences depending on where they're from. Like, what's considered normal in one culture might be totally weird in another.
That's such a good point. I remember when I first tried durian fruit when I was traveling in Asia. It's like beloved there, but the smell was so strong I couldn't even get past that to taste it.
I've heard about durian. People either love it or hate it, right? No middle ground? That reminds me, let's talk about shopping habits for a minute. Mark, are you the type who makes a shopping list or do you just wing it?
I'm definitely a list person. But then I always end up buying stuff that's not on the list anyway. Like, I'll see a bag of chips on sale and think, oh, that looks good. What about you?
I'm the same way. I make a very detailed list and then I get distracted by all the things that look appealing. I'm terrible at sticking to my budget because of that. The worst is when I go shopping when I'm hungry. Then I buy way too much.
Oh no, shopping when you're hungry is dangerous. Everything looks amazing when you're starving.
Exactly. I learned that lesson the hard way. Now I try to eat something before I go to the store. Do you have a favorite grocery store or do you shop at different places?
I usually go to the same supermarket because it's close to my house and I know where everything is. But sometimes I'll go to the farmer's market on weekends for fresh produce. There's something nice about buying directly from the people who grow the food, you know?
I love farmers markets. The tomatoes and peaches in summer are incredible, so much better than what you get in the regular store. Plus, you get to practice your English with the vendors. That's great for our listeners who are learning.
That's actually a fantastic point for English learners.
Talking to people at farmers markets or even just asking for help finding something at the grocery store is great practice for real-world conversations.
Absolutely. And if you're learning English, don't be afraid to ask questions like, where can I find the pasta? Or do you have any recommendations? Most people are really helpful. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We really have, from fridge contents to shopping habits to food preferences. I hope our listeners picked up some useful vocabulary and phrases they can use in their own conversations about food.
And remember, the best way to learn is to practice. Try describing what's in your own fridge, or make a shopping list in English. Use those quantity words we mentioned: a carton of, a bunch of, a loaf of, a jar of.
Great advice! And don't forget to practice expressing your opinions. Say, I love this, or I can't stand that, or I'm not a big fan of that when you're talking about different foods.
Perfect. Thanks for listening to Learn Conversational English. I'm Mary.
And I'm Mark. Until next time, keep practicing and happy learning. Bye, everyone.
Bye.